Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanic. In today's episode of Scrap Mechanic Creations, we are going to be revisiting the Piston Crossbow. Now, this is something that I had started building a little while ago, and it had a lot of issues. So I did some tweaking, I've tried a few new things, and it is working much better than before. Now, I'm going to mention, of course, that there are still some problems with it. The pistons are still extremely iffy in the game, so I'm trying my best with what we got in the game right now, but I think this is a huge improvement. So in this episode, we're going to be checking out the changes that I made to the crossbow, and then we are going to be doing a little bit of target practice with this improved one. So you can see we got some zombies out there, and even a couple targets on either side. We're going to try and shoot those things with this thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get right into it. Alright, so to start off with the changes that I have made, we're going to start from the front here and work our way to the back. Now, you might not know this, but in the original crossbow, I actually had some bearings here and here. So you can see with my connection tool that they would have been right about here, and the other two were directly in the center there. And that was because I actually wanted to make like the bow shape. So it was kind of weird because I had all these stringed pistons right here, and then I had these curved bearings. Now I could only curve them so much, but it was enough. But what was happening was when you would draw the crossbow and then try and shoot with it, they would actually kind of do this like wobble, and I think that might have been causing some issues. So I decided to get rid of them, and now the front of the crossbow, while it is just a straight line, it is probably a lot more reliable. And before I do move on, actually, I'm going to mention that this build is totally vanilla scrap mechanic, so I know some of you people are definitely kind of upset with nothing but the modded creations, so this one's kind of for you guys. It's going to be on the Steam Workshop. Alright, so that is the front of it there. Now, this is the same stringed pistons that I was using. As you can see, they are all right here in a line, and they are set to the default range, but I did increase the speed to max so we can get the full throw on the bolt. Alright, so there's nothing really changed right here. You can see this is still the same piston mechanism that we used to raise it up and get a little bit more firing distance on it there, with 3 different heights. And back here, I did quickly add some extra wheels, so that way it is a little more stable, and when you're turning, you don't have such a risk of tipping over. And I will mention as well that it does use the thruster steering, and I added 2 extra thrusters, so that way you can actually turn a little bit faster. Now, the most important change that I did make to this piston crossbow is the firing mechanism. So, before, if you do check out the original video of it, you'll see it best, but before I actually just had a flat surface running across this entire thing. So what I ended up doing was actually taking that flat surface and then connecting it to this little section right here. So this actually goes with the string in a sense. So we can actually run to the back here and get a better idea. Now, actually, I will mention I did change underneath the scope. I got rid of all this because when you draw it back, it comes flying back here, and it got stuck a little bit too much. Alright, so we are now sitting inside the seat here. Let's bring up our controls. I'm just going to quickly go over them one more time, and that is pretty simple. So the 1 key is the way you draw the string back, so there you go, all the pistons are extended. The 2 key, you can see it, this is from the original build here. The 2 key is just kind of to make sure that the draw is seated properly and not skewed off to the side. Sometimes you do have to reset this on the lift. So 3 and 4 is your turning. So as you can see, there is now an extra thruster there, and this turns much faster than before, which I'm really happy about. And it actually turns better too. If you lay this thing flat on its stomach like that, you can see it still does turn pretty good. Before, it wasn't quite enough power. Alright, so we can lift that back up again. So let's just hop out here, and now you can see that this is what was up there before. Now it's drawn back with the string. So this is much more reliable, it's a lot easier to use, and I mean, it's a slight improvement. So the way you do load a bolt in actually is pretty simple. You just get rid of those like that, and I think what's really important actually is when you load a bolt in, you make sure that it slides into contact with this little firing pin here. And the reason why is if you don't, it'll hit it really fast and you'll get this crazy flying thing that is not a projectile at all. So we can actually hop into the seat right now, and let's just try and shoot this at something. We can try for that big target right there. How about that? Alright, so we're gonna turn it this way. I can see we are slightly tilted. Alright, there we go. I am going to lift us up one more height. I think it's gonna need it. Alright, we're there. Let's hope this thing is as reliable as I say it is. Here we go. Shot number 1 at the target. Let's see. Not that reliable. You can see, I think what happens is when the pistons glitch through themselves, that is when you get a misfire. So we can actually get a better look here. And this is, I think, this is going to be the difference between this thing working all the time and having these problems, is the collision on the pistons. So I'm kind of glad this happened because, I mean, we should acknowledge that these pistons aren't working the way they should be. So you can see that the collisionless piston is what's causing the issue, and these actually go into each other, and now you have a piston that's not hooked up to anything. So I'm going to put this on the lift, and we're going to try that again. Alright, here we go. We can now turn it back towards the target, actually. Yeah, we're going to shoot for that target there. So we can actually draw it back like so. And so that's the important thing, like I said. You can see all the pistons are properly mounted right now. They aren't passing through each other, which is a big problem. So we're going to try that one more time here. Let's do that and remove this. And you're probably wondering, actually, why don't I just put one like this right here and delete this single block? You can see sometimes it'll actually go off to the side. And this game is crazy. Even just a slight little variance off to the side can cause some problems. But, you know, we're going to shoot that one anyway and watch. It's going to prove me wrong. Alright, so we're going to aim this up. And here we go. Attempt number 2. Better. Oh, not even enough, though. You know what, though? We actually got a much better shot on that one, but I think we're a little too far. Maybe, I don't know. Let's try and draw that back again. You can see those pistons are kind of glitching through. Sometimes you can kind of send a wave through, and they will fix themselves. No. Oh, almost. There we go. All right. So you can see the pistons are just nuts. They make no sense whatsoever. All right, here we go. We're gonna do this and that. You can see it's probably just gonna slide right in, so we can try the increased height. So now we're gonna press the 7 key, and we're gonna get way more distance, I'd imagine. Alright, here we go. The bolt is in place. We're aiming pretty much straight at the target. Let's see what happens. Oh no, it just nicked it right there. That was gonna be a better shot, I think. I'm gonna move this up a little bit closer. Alright, so I've moved myself closer. Maybe it's cheating. I don't really care. I really want to hit this target. Alright, let's do this again. Shoot! Go, go, go. Oh, it just arrived a little short. Let's do that again. Look, this time the pistons are actually working in my favor right now. So we are a little bit closer. That was... Oh, that was... Okay, that was... I need to do that again. Alright, there we go. Okay, see that? It might be an issue. I don't know yet. Let's find out. We're gonna aim a little bit higher, though. I think we're gonna get it this time. Alright, let's center it there. No, that is off to the side. Try anyway. Oh! Oh, man, it's still coming up short. We're so much closer, aren't we? Alright, a little bit closer. So I think I've zeroed in on the distance. Now, I guess there's only one way to find out. We're aiming right at that target. Let's make this happen. Alright there, that's a good one. Oh yeah! Ah, finally. Alright, so it's all about the distance, but as you can see, it is shooting way more reliably. So let's try and take out some of these zombies and that target right next to us there. Alright, zombie number 1, here we go. Let's take a shot. Oh no, okay, wait. I have a problem here, guys. You can see the terrain is actually causing some issues, but you know what? I have a really good idea to fix that. Alright, so I decided to add something real quick here. As you can see, we're off level right now, and that is no good for shooting, obviously. So what I've added is a couple pistons at the back here, so now I can actually press one side or the other, and look at that. You can see we are pretty much level now. So if we were leaning the opposite way, then you could press that one there on that side, and it'll tilt you back up. And of course, they are adjustable pistons as well. So we're actually pointing towards that one right there, so we might as well try and aim at it and get ourselves propped up a bit. So I might actually need to aim a little bit more to the right, like this. Ooh, almost there. And alright, we are now aiming directly at that zombie. Here we go. We're going to extend our string and add a bolt as per usual. Here we go. Alright, drop it down, hop back into the seat. We're aiming right at it. I don't even know if I need to go up any higher than this. This is the lowest setting before touching the ground. So let's just try this out here. In 3, 2, 1, go zombie killer! And look at that. As you can see, the Pistons are screwing it up again. Try this out. Shoot the zombie. It's going... Man. Alright, guys. It is time we start hitting some zombies here. Let's try this again. Shoot that. And here we go. Oh, man. It was so close. Alright, so that shot was so close. Now it's time for us to get so close. So here we go. Come on. If that doesn't get it... Oh, yeah, that was like a headshot. All right, so now I think the distance is zeroed in. So it's time to take the other ones out. All right, zombie number 2. Let's see it happen. All right, perfect shot. And there's another one. All right, let's move on over to the next zombie. Here we go. We're going to spin it around like this. We're going to pull the string back. It looks like there are no issues right now, and this is actually really good. So let's pop another bolt down here and hop in here. What I'm going to do, actually, this is to make it slide in faster. I'm going to press the 7 key, and you can see now the bolt is sliding much faster, and it is seated, so we can drop it back down. Make sure we are aiming at the zombie. There we go, and shoot it. Now we are getting the hang of this. All right, so we are not close enough for that one. Whoops, I think we might be close enough for this target, though. So let's try to at least get one more shot down range here, guys. We are going to turn towards that target. The Pistons are starting to screw up. But you know what? Oh, I'm gonna just do it anyway, guys. I think it's do or die here. Let's see. Hop in there. That is going to slide in faster if we press the 7 key. Uh-oh. Pistons are screwing up. That is not good. Shoot it anyway. Alright, I didn't think that was gonna work. Alright, we can't really shoot another one without resetting this, guys. So I think I'm going to end the video here because clearly the Pistons are extremely frustrating. Did it seriously just reset itself for me? Well, if it did, then I guess we might as well take that shot. Never mind, guys. The game was listening to me, and it heard me complain, and now we might as well do this final shot on the target. We got it all lined up here. Let's press the 7 key. So that we can slide it down faster. There we go. Perfect. And here we go. The final shot on this target over here. Let's give it a go. It's a good release. And it's just a little short. So I'm really hoping, guys, that the Pistons will sort themselves out eventually, and we'll be able to have a little more confidence in them when we use them in creations. But nonetheless, guys, it was a lot of fun. What have I just done? I just spoke of the devil. You talk about the Pistons, and they will bite you. Alright, so some final thoughts about the crossbow. I think one thing I do realize is if you're shooting it at too low of an angle, what happens is there's too much friction on the bottom of the bolt, and that was causing all the issues, because once I set it to the next height, it kept shooting no problem over and over again. So I think that is something to remember. Now, I am going to be putting this on the Steam Workshop, so remember though, guys, the Pistons are a little wonky, so it's not always the most reliable build, but it's going to come available like this right here. You're going to see we got little zombie targets right there, and of course the big target, so you guys can shoot at those things with this pretty cool piston crossbow. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to Endless Scrap Mechanic and joining me for this crazy mess of a build that I've got going on here. But of course, guys, if you did enjoy the build, or if you enjoyed the video, then make sure you hit that like button. It'll let me know that you are ready for more Endless Scrap Mechanic. And of course, guys, if you want to subscribe for more, be sure to hit the subscribe button, maybe even turn on notifications so you can get the latest and the craziest and sometimes the most ridiculous builds in Scrap Mechanic. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to Endless Scrap Mechanic, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. So bye for now.